Welcome back to Brazil for episode 9. We've got growth on our bean field. So we've got shoots starting to come up in the field, which means we've got to change the ground state so she would be able to put down another fertilizer stage, and that would get us fully fertilized. We had the weeds come up. We sprayed herbicide on that. Actually, Gabriel did it for me. He brought up his truck while I was loading hay bales onto it from our open area over here. He was kind enough to put down the herbicide. We've swapped out the herbicide in the Valtra, or the tank on the Valtra, for liquid fertilizer. And we are ready to put down some fertilizer. And this should... Yep, it's taking it. I have got a terrible time getting this right edge of the field. Don't know why. So we'll get this thing fertilized and then it should be ready to go. It shouldn't require a whole lot more attention until it's ready to harvest. We can focus on other things. We do need to identify what planter we want to get so that we can try and put corn in this field next time so that we can chop it for silage. I know I keep saying that over and over again, but that's what we plan on doing because ultimately we do want to get some Brahman cows in. That's what we've been working towards. So we've already got our straw for bedding and also to pad the TMR mix. We've got hay. So next we need to make some silage. Money is hovering around 130,000. We've been taking the odd contract job here and there. A lot of them are costing us a little money to buy some seed, and we end up recouping some of it, but not necessarily a whole lot of it. So we're kind of hovering right around that 120, 130 mark. Right in there, it'll go up a little, it'll go down a little. So we're going to have to get on some contracts in earnest if we really want to make some money. And to do that, I think I'd probably end up doing a lot of it off camera, because some of the machinery is not terribly big, especially ours. And the fields are fairly large, so it's a lot of going back and forth. You don't necessarily want to watch that, and apparently I'm not a great conversationalist. I don't have a whole lot to say. So to keep you engaged, probably need to not show everything that we're doing. I really do like this map. I think it's really different from what you're used to seeing in Farming Simulator 19. A lot of European maps, Poland, the UK, a few American maps out there, France. But not a whole lot of South America. I think in the earlier games, and I'm new to Farming Simulator, to be honest with you, but I think there was one, and I can't think of the name of it, but it also had this kind of red earth. I think it was prior to Farming Simulator 19. So, how I got started in Farming Simulator. It's not a game I would have necessarily thought to buy. just because I didn't think it would be that interesting. So it came out last year on PlayStation Plus is one of the free game downloads 1 month. And since we're in the midst of the pandemic and the stay-at-home orders, shelter-in-place, all that nonsense, wasn't a whole lot to do. So I said, what the heck, I'll download it. And I downloaded it, started watching some YouTube videos. I used to make fun of my son for watching YouTube videos of people playing games. So didn't really understand it, but actually ended up watching some YouTube videos to kind of figure out how to do things, and kind of got hooked into watching some of the channels. You can probably figure out which ones are more in line with my style. So I would watch some Let's Plays and lots of tutorials, figure out how to do stuff. And I started out on Ravensport. What was it called? Ravenport, the California one. But I was not doing contracts. I was just, making the donuts, doing the daily grind. And I enjoyed it. And I would work hard to try and get different machinery, and I worked hard to try and, try all the different things, and get all the animals. I think I never did get around to doing horses. Actually, I've never done horses. About the time I quit playing on Ravenport, or just kind of drifted away from it, I had just put in pigs, I had planted some trees, but I pretty much dabbled in a little bit of everything. And then I went on to Hollandsveld and played Seasons, and that was a lot of fun. I know some people don't like that map. I went on to it with the idea that I was gonna establish a pelleting business. So I went in, and I think I started with $1 million and nothing else. Bought some equipment, bought some land, struggled away for years, eventually got my pelletizer. I think the first year I was running it with the little PTO power unit, because I didn't have a tractor powerful enough to run it. I was loading bales into it. Eventually got my pellet haul. Something happened. Oh, I think I had updated a mod, or I downloaded a mod, deleted a mod, and it messed the whole thing up. So I just put it aside after I cried for a while. Put it aside and started a new Let's Play or campaign on Six Ashes, which I loved. Great map. Lots of fun. And I'd been toying around with trying to make videos, or maybe making videos, for quite a while. I did some on Hollandsveld, or tried, just practicing, doing the editing and so on. And then did some on Six Ashes, but not religiously. I'd end up going on and doing a whole lot of farming and stuff, and so progress would happen, which wasn't on camera. It would be hard to explain, so I never really got around to it. So I made Six Ashes was going to be kind of my campaign to try and get all the trophies. I hadn't gotten the one for the cows, breeding however many cows it is, chopping down so many trees, getting all the trophies, getting 10 million in the bank account. And I'd hoped to do it on Six Ashes. Well, with everything that's going on in the world, with the COVID running around, the pandemic and so on, things happen. And I ended up having to leave home, my home, to come and help family out with a family member that needed some assistance. Where am I going? Oh, I want to see the fertilizer. I missed that corner over there. I'm going to go over there and get that. So anyway, I'm not at home, my home. So I ended up getting a recertified PS4 and downloading the game again so that I could kind of have stress relief or something to do when I wasn't busy doing what I came here to do. Which doesn't require all my time, but does require some time. So, and I started playing on Felsbrunn, the other, regular map. Did that for a while, and when this one came out, I saw a map tour. And I said, man, that would be fun. And then you see all the Brazil gear coming out too. It's like, well, there's a lot of equipment, kind of specific. I thought about doing like a Polish one. All the Polish maps are kind of small, or many of them are kind of small. So anyway, that's how we got to doing a Let's Play and videos from Brazil. Some of my mental health while I'm away from home. Something to keep me busy and keep me sane during these troubling times. So we've got that field kind of all taken care of for now. So is this where I was keeping this? Not really. I think I had it all the way against the wall, but this is where it's going to go for now because the Valmet's in the way. Or Valmet. I don't know the correct pronunciation. Oop, I cut the bucket. Now I'm catching the harvester. I really got myself into a pickle here. Alright. We're going to take this down, give it a wash. With the pressure washer down at the workshop. And we'll figure out what the next thing we're going to do is. Not really much we can do on our farm. So you know what that means. Take a look at contracts. 130,000, not much. Can't get land yet. Probably. Like to expand the farm. Maybe get a building put up. There's some woods to our east, but pretty pricey, like over 300,000. So that's not likely to happen in the immediate future. There's a field just on the other side of the dirt road here that is probably affordable. Probably be our first land purchase. So anyway, let's go up, get in touch with Lucas, see what he might have for us. So, Lucas said our neighbor to the north, Bruno, is making silage bales and could use some help. So he is mowing his field right now. We went and grabbed his windrower, Merge Max for him. Gonna bring it over, and he's gonna let us have some silage bales if we help him out, and that will allow us to get our cows that much sooner. There's Bruno. So yeah, it'll be nice to be able to get the silage bales from helping Bruno out here, and then we can perhaps get the cows a little sooner than we planned. I don't know if we want to start windrowing just yet, but yeah, we're gonna help Bruno out. Maybe make a little bit of income and also get some silage bales. Actually, we can go get our mowers and help him mow. So we went and got Bruno's equipment for him to help him out, and now we went and grabbed our mowers. He's almost done, but we'll mow with him here so we can get the mowing done, and then we'll get up on the windrowing and the baling. Bruno's over there. We went and grabbed our leased mowers after we got the rest of his equipment over here. Still took me a little while to get it done. Get all that equipment over here. Got it parked up there by the side of our property on the side of this track here. Got a baler wrapper, and our Kusen mechanical loading trailer, as well as the Merge Max windrower you saw us bring by earlier. Where's Bruno at? There he is. Uh-oh. How are we gonna do this, Bruno? Alright, you go first. This will probably confuse him. And now I'm going to end up having to finish it myself, I bet. Nope. Bruno knows what to do. So Bruno's letting me use his baler wrapper here. He's given me the opportunity to use some of his machinery here just to see what it runs like. he let me go around the edge of the field with the Merge Max. Ended up being off camera. I'm not quite sure why. Recording didn't work out. But I ran around the outside of the field edge, and then he took over, and I got on the baler, and we ran back and forth up and down the field while he windrowed it. I kind of ran behind him or beside him, baling. I got some good footage for the video, but I also missed other good footage. I was trying to get a good screenshot, and I thought I had, but I think I might have been ham-fisting the buttons a little bit. Ended up not getting all the video or the screenshots that I wanted. There was a lot better video than what I was able to include. Oh, I guess I should say there was opportunity for a lot better video than what I was able to include. There is no video of it, unfortunately. I guess a good time as any. Just talk about goals. What are we doing here in Brazil? Well, I like the map. I really wanted to come on here and do something different. So, in keeping with the map, I've never done Brahman cattle before, cows. So, you know, they are a hot weather cow that is common in South America. Matter of fact, that's the only place I've ever seen them. I've never seen them anywhere else. I remember the first time I saw them, I was wondering what the heck kind of cows are those, and what do you do with them? But I guess beef cows, and I suppose you can milk them too. Yeah. So additionally, I'd like to do sugarcane. I have never done sugarcane before, and as I was talking earlier, the maps that I've done, I played Seasons on Holland Chevelle and Six Ashes, and obviously you're not going to grow sugarcane in the Netherlands or England, I don't think. So I've never actually done sugarcane. I'd also like to do cotton, and there is a Brazil cotton pack, so that would be fitting. The thing about cotton is I've done cotton contracts, but I've never done cotton on my own field. The problem with doing cotton contracts is, you know how when you, well, maybe you don't know, when you harvest a field, generally there is some surplus crop at the end, and you can get paid for that surplus crop. Same type of thing happens with baling. Although most of the baling contracts that I have done in memory were in seasons. So the tricky thing about that was, if you delivered the bales, you didn't get paid. They just got delivered. I can't remember in the base game if that's what happens or not. So we'll probably try and deliver maybe a bale or two more than we know we need to complete the contract, and see what happens. But when Seasons is on, you just deliver them and you don't get paid anything. So the key is to try to figure out exactly how many bales you have to deliver. You know, you deliver X bales, your whatever percent complete on the contract, so you kind of got to do a little bit of math and figure out how many more bales you need to deliver. So in seasons, you deliver them up to complete the contract, and the rest of them you'd hang on to. Now these bales in the base game, as soon as you wrap them, boom, magically they turn into silage. Whereas in seasons, depending upon how many day seasons you're running, you have to spend an entire period for the silage to ferment. So a period would be like early spring. So if you're running, say, 9-day seasons, each season has a early and a mid and a late. So each of those periods, early, mid, or late, would be 3 days long if you're running a 9-day season. Or if you're running 3-day seasons, which I think is the shortest, each day is a period. So anyway, you would have to let those bales ferment before you could go and sell them. And I can't remember what happens in the base game, to be honest, if you deliver silage bales. So anyway, going back to what I was talking about, cotton. So you make a big cotton bale, and when you deliver the cotton bales, you end up completing the contract. You only can deliver the bales, so you have to kind of make smaller bales, incomplete bales, which you can do, I think, with a cotton harvester. Now granted, I haven't done cotton much, and that's another reason why. But I think you can complete the bale before the bin is full on the cotton harvester. So the trick, I guess, is, or at least what I've seen, is, you know, they do a complete bale, then do some half volume bales, and then maybe some quarter volume bales. So you deliver it, and you look at your percentages, and you figure out, okay, how much more do I need to give to get to as close to 100%, you know, just over, to complete the contract. And then once the contract's complete, any more cotton you deliver after that, you'd get paid for. But it's a little trickier. So I think what I'd like to do here is eventually plant cotton on one of my own fields, on my own land, do my own cotton harvest. Might mean that I have to lease the machinery to do it, which will be pretty expensive. Cotton harvesters are not cheap at all. But I guess, you know, even worse if you're trying to buy it, right? So I think that's fitting with the map. Sugar cane, cotton. Additionally, I want to try and use as much of the Brazilian machinery, or even sheds, silos, as possible. Silo probably don't need to. We've got the silo at the farm, so we should be good. I don't think we'll need more than that. Can we see it from here? Just up the hill there, yep. There is a large Brazilian shed, and our building is already pretty packed up on top of the hill. So to the east of the farm
there's some forestry. And at the beginning of that forestry, there is an open area. There's still some stumps in it. They've already felled the trees, but the stumps are still there. Perfect size and fairly flat to put in a large building. And it's just right across the dirt road from our pigs. I'll show you sometime when we're up there and what the area that I'm talking about, but I'd like to acquire that land and put the building in on it to kind of expand the farm, have a place to park more machinery, bigger machinery, maybe even do a little bit of forestry. I'm not big into the forestry. I've done some. Like I said, I still have not cut down enough trees to get the trophy for whatever it is. I think you got to cut down 50 trees. I think on Ravenport, I cut down a few trees just to kind of make room to put in my sheep pen, my chicken coop, and I think I cut down a tree just to figure out how to cut down trees. On Hollandsveld, I cut down one tree, and on Six Ashes I was trying to get my 50 trees. So I had bought a plot of land that had some trees on it, and I was going in, and I wasn't going through trying to clear cut it, but just kind of thin it out. So I'd look and see where there were, you know, 3 trees growing very close together, and I'd take 2 of them out, and I would cut about 6 trees over the winter, maybe 6-7 trees, chop them for wood chips and sell them. So I'm probably haven't cut down more than 30 trees so far. So, you know, maybe on this, so, you know, get to my 50 trees. Don't know. Not something I really do a lot of. Also in Brazil, given the deforestation of the Amazon and stuff, I feel a little guilty cutting down trees here. But maybe we'll cut a few down just to do it. But not something I really looking forward to doing a lot of. So this is the Arcusin auto stack bale trailer. Hold 60. Mechanical load. This is Bruno's. So I was talking to Bruno, and I learned that we don't have to go down the hill back down towards the shop to the main road and then drive west to catch the track up to the sell point. We can actually just go through the dirt roads up here and avoid part of the climb. I think it's still uphill over that way. So won't be as long of a trek, but I still think it's a little bit of a drive. So I think I know how to get there. So we'll get 16 bales on here quick, and we'll head that direction. Too quick.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to make probably maybe four trips. $13, $14, $15, $16. Still the mechanical arm. And we're off to the sell point. Which is off up over this hill. Oh, they've got some steep hills here. You cannot have a gutless tractor here and expect to get away with it. Come on now. That's a hill. I guess some routes you gotta kind of try and figure out, you know, can we go that way or not? Is it too steep or not? Okay, I think I gotta go this way. Because I think there's a valley off here to the right, or a draw that you can't get across, so we gotta come back down south a little bit, and then we turn back north here. I've not been up here before. Oh boy. And then it's down again, huh? Oh boy. Whoa. It's one thing I like about in-cab. Sometimes when you're outside, you don't kind of have an appreciation for the terrain you're going over. Oh boy. Really? Alright. I guess just go. And then I think it's up this way. Oh, but like I was saying, that you get a better appreciation when you're in cab and you see the cab jostling around and stuff. Whereas sometimes if you're looking at third person, you can, have it floored going full speed and you really don't notice what's really happening. So I do kind of like the in cab first person sometimes. See, that's why we couldn't come over that way, because we would have had to get through that. There's no road going through. Oh yeah, this is so much better. We would have had to come up this road anyway. It's just we would have had to climb again coming out of the this it? I don't know. No? Yeah. I think this is it. Just dump them over there? Okay. Gonna offload them right over here. So this is the first 16 bales for Bruno. %. So that's more than 25%. So 4 loads would completely satisfy the contract and would be over by 24% is my guess. Right? That was 28%. So 3 or no, it'd be over by 12%, I think. 4 loads would be over by 12%. So if the first load was 28%, this should take us to 56% delivered. Now the math that I do is if 16 bales is 28%, 16 over 28 should equal however many more bales we need to complete it over the remaining percentage, which would be 72. So X over 16 equals, or I'm sorry, 16 over 28 equals X over 72. So 72 times 16 divided by 28 gives us about 42. So I think I got 42 more bales to deliver Here are 16 of those 42. 56%. So, 16 plus 16 is 32. I need to deliver 42. So 2 trailers plus 10. So that's 1. So 1 more trailer and then 10 more bales. And I may bring 11 just to see if we get paid for it. Although that reduces the number of bales we get to keep, but I'm curious, so sacrifice I'm willing to make. Go get another load. Okay, this should be 84% delivered, if my math is correct. %, transport field 63. Excellent. 10 more bales should complete the contract. We'll bring 11. Okay. 10 bales should complete the contract. We have 11. So, we should get between $1,100 and $1,200 for the 1 extra bale. If we don't get anything, we know you don't get paid for over delivering. Nope, we got 2,309, which leads me to believe that we got partial for that 1 bale. So I think that leaves us with 10 bales. I was a little short. We would have had 11, but we brought 1 here, so that's 10 bales for us to be able to make TMR. And we can get our cows as soon as we take a look at the finances and can afford it. So I'll see you back at the farm when we're delivering our 10 bales. That is, if I don't crash on the way. So there's our 10 silage bales from that contract. And with that, brings us to the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you come back and join us here in Brazil as we continue on. Thanks for watching.